Okay, let's talk about
Would
gravity.
gravity hold the
Anthony's
thing
coming in.
down?
Yeah. So gravity doesn't explain momentum,
Dude,
and angular velocity.
dude, I'm going nuts.
Dude, gravity doesn't
Here. Let him, Bradley.
Anthony,
You're done. The
let
boss
me
is
explain
in.
gravity, Anthony, and then you can just tear me apart. Okay?
No. Let me. I asked you a question when you were on the show a while ago, and you've never been able to answer it. No flat earther can answer my one single question.
Here we go.
That absolutely proves the Earth is spherical and not flat. Answer this question. None of them can answer it. Okay. If you take your map, your flat Earth map, and you circumnavigate the equator on your map, what is the equator?
24,901 miles.
There you go. Now, what if you circumnavigate Antarctica?
Yeah, 80,000 miles.
80,000 miles. Now, we all know on the spherical globe, the equator is the longest distance you could possibly travel on the Earth.
Correct.
So
why does it take so long to go around Antarctica when it should be 13,000 miles? You're asking the dumbest question ever, Anthony.
The dumbest question.
It's so easy.
You don't think there have been people that have circumnavigated Antarctica and come up with a lot less mileage than if you went around the equator? Everyone that's done it has noticed that.
Anthony,
Airlines have done it. Ships have done
it.
Name them. But I'm going to believe you.
Who are you going to name, Anthony?
What?
Who has circumnavigated? Who has crossed over Antarctica and popped up on the other side of the world?
Plenty of people have gone
Nobody
around
has.
Antarctica. I'm not talking about crossing it. Which people have done, but I'm talking about going around in the water. You pick a spot and go around Antarctica, and then you go around what is the equator on your flat map. And you're telling me the Antarctica circumnavigation would be longer than the equator. That is such horse shit.
And this little drone ship thing you're showing me here is ridiculous. And when you look at it, it's the dumbest thing ever. What? But here, this is the world record. Check this out. Anthony, check this out. This is the world record for circumnavigation. They went down here, down to Santiago. They went to Antarctica. Then they turned around and came back to Santiago. They went to this island over here, up and around, back and around the North Pole. Does that look like circumnavigation to you?
It looks like if you make it a sphere, it would make a lot more fucking sense.
It'd be a lot straighter.
No, this is what it looks like on a flat Earth.
If you take a string and go from New York to Tokyo, do you know the string actually goes over Alaska? Because it's so big. But if you put it on a flat map, you'd go, why would you go over Alaska if you could just go like this? Because it's a sphere, you dumb fuck.
Have you looked at the flat Earth map? It goes right over Alaska.
I was a lot more polite to our guests.
Wait, Anthony, we have emergency plane landings. We have 16 emergency plane landings that prove the Earth is flat. Okay?
Yeah.
So this is from the United. It's kind of backwards for me. Boom, you go here over Alaska to Japan. Bam, straight line. Okay, if you look at flight routes on a flat Earth compared to a globe Earth, they make 0 sense on a globe Earth. Okay?
No, they make perfect sense on a globe Earth.
No, they don't. You haven't looked.
They make 0 sense on a flat Earth because you're not taking into consideration the fucking curve that's on a curved Earth. A sphere is naturally the strongest, most stable shape. Why the fuck would a shape of a flat plate be made floating in space when a sphere is the naturally occurring shape when not given any outside forces like gravity or anything? That's why things are spherical in space. When things spin, they naturally take on a spherical shape. Gravity pulls in on a spherical shape. What the hell?
Anthony,
where did this plate come from?
Let me address
a plate
that.
makes no sense in space.
You say no flat earther can address it, but your thing about Antarctica has been addressed 1,000 times, and no one has gone around.
No, it hasn't.
Yes, it has.
If you took a cruise around Antarctica, you would absolutely not cover as much real estate as you would going around the equator. That is a given. It is known for centuries.
It's never been done. It's never been done.
No one's ever taken a ship and gone around Antarctica.
Captain Cook is the last one that did it. It took him 3.5 years. He went like 60 to 80,000 miles.
Would you stop it? People have absolutely taken ships around Antarctica.
Nobody has.
Oh,
you're
stop
wrong.
it.
Eric, can you
You're
Google
assuming.
ship, family guy, Antarctica?
Stories. Anthony,
we're not doing a cruise. Why are you just trying to Jew him a free cruise?
Yes, sir.
Hold on. Let me answer you guys' question about gravity. You work in the same studio as your buddy Neil deGrasse Tyson. He says, quote, he has no idea what gravity is. They don't know how it works. Every test that they've done to prove it doesn't work. 96% of it has to be explained by dark matter. Let me finish my statement, and I'll tell you what gravity is, and we can test it and prove it. Okay? So he uses dark matter, and that's insane. Matter. That's like me owing you $100. I'll give you $4, and I'll give you $96 in dark dollars, but you'll never see them. Okay?
It's very interesting to say that.
So let me tell you what
just because
is.
you can't come up with an absolute definition.
You pay to leave
the who's, what's, where's, and why's of gravity. Look, many years ago they didn't know what germs were, and it just made people sick, and then they figured it out. Maybe at some point we'll figure out absolutely specifically what gravity is, but we know it is caused when you have mass. We know that much, that gravity is the result of mass.
What experiment was done to prove that? I'll tell you, it's called the Cavendish experiment, and it failed. It proved that there is no attraction to mass.
The Cavendish, that's what they call the planet now, the Earth, because it's a dish.
So let me explain what gravity is. I'm going to explain what gravity is. The Earth system is like a giant battery. The only forces on this Earth, the true forces, are electricity and magnetism. They're brother and sister. Okay? The Earth has a measurable, not a theoretical, a measurable negative charge to it. That negative charge sets a downward direction. Everything is attracted to it. Like if you have dust floating in the air, you bring an ionizer in the room, it positively charges all the dust particles and they fall to the ground faster. Not because they're heavier, just because you change their electric potential. And that electric charge is what establishes it down. Then buoyancy and density sort everything out. If I had a basketball and I dropped it over a swimming pool, it would fall through the air because it's more dense in the air. It would stay on top of the water because it's less dense than the water. So here's a proof of that. You ever see those little triangle things? People make these triangle tinfoil things and they electrify them. They change it to a strong electric charge and it goes up. So that electricity is defying gravity.
There are plenty of ways. I have seen many things that have made things look like they are weightless. When you use electromagnetism, of course, you can make something look like it's floating in the air. Things that doesn't prove or disprove the existence of gravity. When you pick something up, it falls to the ground. That is because of the mass of the Earth. The planets rotating around the sun. It's because of the gravity of the sun, the gravity of the planets, the gravity of Earth is holding the moon in sync. It's all Anthony, a nice working machine that makes total sense. Your plate makes no
explanations of the nonsense that you're
at
talking.
All.
You're talking nonsense.
Dave, I have a question.
Let me explain. No,
wait, I have one quick question.
Let me address what Anthony said.
Okay.
So he believes that this ball is holding on to that ball, right, with gravity 93 million miles away, and the Earth is falling around it and holding its gravity. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And then that this moon is falling around the Earth and the Earth is holding that gravity.
Yep.
You know what the 3-body problem is? We have over 80 bodies in our solar system, apparently. NASA, with their supercomputer, best computer in the world, you could say, you make a program and you say, all right, I got a ball this big, it's got this much gravity. I got a ball this big, it's got that much gravity. And you put it into orbit and it works perfectly. And you can predict where it's going to be in 1,000 years. And it's absolutely right. You add a third body, another one, a moon or another planet.
Why are the Chinese people pulling the rope against the white people?
The entire model falls apart and it becomes a random beehive. So they can never ever model it.
No, because it's in sync. It's in synchronization that has happened over the course of years. And by the way, your drawing's a little out of scale. I think if the sun was that close to the moon and Earth, the moon would be plowed into that. But the distance, you guys always leave out the distance.
What happens when the moon goes between the sun and the Earth?
The size of these objects. When you talk about water, if you sprinkle water on a baseball and throw it, the water comes off.
I don't say that.
Yeah, it's not the fucking Earth with gravity and fucking.
I don't say
it's
that.
Rotating once in 24 hours. It's not quite spilling the fuck. Stop! You're spilling the ocean.
Anthony, there's people that say crazy things.
I would just like to say this. I know usually you go onto shows and everybody agrees with you.
No. People disagree, but they're willing to listen. Unlike Anthony,
do you wear a mask?
Like to yell and
do you wear a mask for COVID?
Never.
He doesn't.
Never. Oh, okay. Now there's something we can agree on.
I got offended when I said I don't because I'm not a faggot.
You know why? Because he doesn't believe in the science.
I don't. Anthony, if you want to learn about flat Earth, you can't just yell at me and not listen.
I got a show to do. Do me a favor. Walk to the edge of your plate and jump.
Hey, do me a favor. Get Neil deGrasse Tyson to talk to us.
I love Neil.
All right, Dave, where can I donate? Because I'm on board.